Thank you, Marie, for inviting me to have the honor of standing here in front of a room of such kind-hearted and, I must say, fabulously dressed people. This is my very first trip to Indianapolis. I've been all over the world, and yet I've never been to Indianapolis. I live just down the road. There really is no better reason I can imagine to make my first trip here than to share my gratitude and support for Little Angel Gowns with all of you. 571 days ago, I did not know Little Angel Gowns existed. I walked around blissfully ignorant of the need for such an organization. I should say I waddled around as blissfully ignorant as a fully pregnant woman could be. And then, 18 months and 20 days ago, Little Angel Gowns entered my world on the same day as my stillborn daughter, Maeve Evalyn. Maeve was born into a fury of a snowstorm that turned Lexington, Kentucky upside down. The worst in Lexington's recorded history, in fact. And this was an all too appropriate macro version of what was happening in the lives of my husband and me. Maeve had passed away inexplicably, with no cause to be found before or after she arrived for her passing. Within 48 hours, we'd gone from having our last baby shower and putting the car seat in the car to discovering at our routine 37-week checkup that our first baby's heartbeat was gone and that I needed to go immediately to the hospital to be induced and deliver her. 24 hours after that, with the snow piling up in huge drifts outside our hospital window, stranding everyone in town who wasn't in a snowplow, we met Maeve. There was no time or energy to think or breathe or act as our normally resourceful selves. There was only what the hospital had already prepared, and that's when Little Angel Gowns entered my life. Our hospital had coordinated with Little Angel Gowns for the sad reality that statistically 1 in 160 babies would be born still and need a little angel gown. My bereavement-trained nurse, Alice, gave Maeve a bath, chose Maeve's gown, and brought her to us perfectly dressed in this classy white, lovingly handmade confection. Maeve wore it for the precious few hours we spent with her, meeting, getting to know, baptizing, and saying goodbye to her. And when we did say our goodbyes, we chose to keep her gown with us. We didn't know it at the time, but what we had created with her gown was a relic, a surviving memorial of something past, something kept in remembrance, the personal effects of a venerated person preserved as a tangible memorial. These are a few of the ways that the dictionary defines a relic. I see it as something touched by a beloved departed one, carrying a little bit of her earthly essence, tangible and real to us. This gown, though, is so much more than a dress. It holds the link to the day we went from a family of 2 to a family of 3, the day we held our daughter in our arms, the day we became parents. We became aware that day that we were responsible for creating the legacy that she would have because she wasn't going to be here to do it for herself. And she had this beautiful gown to make her debut in, to be baptized, and to be immortalized in the photographs we had taken of her in the hospital. Along with those photographs, her little angel gown is one of our most precious possessions. Photos of her in it have aired on network news, they've been published on the Huffington Post, and they've been seen by thousands literally around the world on social media. So how grateful I am to have something as fittingly beautiful as she was to share her with the world. It proves she was here, she made a brief but indelible appearance, and she has a legacy. And now all of you, by hearing her story, are part of that legacy as well. 1 month and 1 day ago, we met our rainbow baby. A rainbow baby is, in the lost community, what a baby born to parents who've lost a child is called. The miracle after the story. And so Maeve's little sister, Fiora, is here tonight. She's the baby here tonight. One day, we will show Fiora this dress and let her touch it and feel it and get to know it. We'll use it to tell her about her older sister, who was born an angel and who made an all too brief appearance here on earth, dressed in white. She was here, she was real, and we have her little angel gown as a tangible link to her younger sister here on earth. Back in March, we celebrated Maeve's first birthday. On that day, as part of our celebration and remembrance, I carefully packaged up my one-of-a-kind wedding dress. I had searched across 3 states for it, and then I had had it customized after that. This is the only thing I was a little bit of a bridezilla about, at least in my recollection, and my husband isn't here tonight, so it's true. I sent that dress off to Little Angel Gowns headquarters. I think of the babies who will one day wear it, a garment first worn in love, then recrafted into Little Angel Gowns with love by some incredibly skilled volunteers, a couple of whom I've had the privilege to meet tonight. I'm so grateful it will go to families like mine, to clothe other angels like Maeve in splendor here on earth. My husband and I started a nonprofit to honor Maeve, and we provide grants to less than a handful of organizations who gave us life in the wake of Maeve's death. I'm so proud that Little Angel Gowns is one of those organizations, and that while my seamstress grandmother tried her best to teach me to sew, but finally accepted that I was completely hopeless and gave up, there's still something impactful that I can do to provide these heirlooms to other families suffering a similar grief. Thank you for supporting this mission. Thank you for supporting families like mine. And thank you for helping us to remember our angels by being here tonight and by being involved in Little Angel Gowns. Thank you.